Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
Oh my God, look at her.
She's so pathetic. Don't you see?
When we come to see you, the teddy bear you're here to play. If you don't come play with us, then we will kill you.
I just want to share my knowledge. What did I do wrong for them to do this to me?
Presidential Decree Number 1006, providing for the professionalization of teachers, regulating their practice in the Philippines and for other purposes. Otherwise known as the Decree Professionalizing Teaching was proclaimed. With this presidential proclamation, teaching became professionalized in the Philippines. The proclamation of Presidential Decree 1006 was premised on the following.
First, the institutions of the country have relied upon teachers whose direct and continuing interaction with the young people and the children make them potent forces for the development of proper attitudes among the citizenry.
There is a tremendous growth of the teaching population, comprising in the civil service sector alone more than 300,000 teachers deployed all over. Third is to ensure that in the immediacy and urgency of teachers' recruitment, qualitative requirements are not overlooked. It has become necessary to regulate the teaching profession. Of collegiate study, it is the only course that it is not yet considered a profession. Fifth, in the recognition of the vital role of teachers in nation building and as an incentive to raise the morale of teachers, it is imperative that they be considered as professionals and teaching be recognized as a profession.
Along with the policy that teacher education be of the highest quality, the Civil Service Commission and the Department of Education and Culture jointly gave examination for teachers. Passers in the teachers' examination were qualified for registration as professional teachers and were given the Professional Teacher Certificate.
Republic Act 7836.
The state recognizes the vital role of teachers in nation building and development through a responsible and literate citizenry. Towards this end, the state shall ensure and promote quality education by proper supervision and regulation of the licensure examination and professionalization of the practice of the teaching profession.
And Article 2 is all about the Board for Professional Teachers, composed of 5 members who shall be appointed by the President of the Philippines. From among the recommendees shall be from the list of nominees selected by the Accredited Association of Teachers, who duly possess all the qualifications prescribed in Section 8.
On Republic Act number 7836, Article 3, it talks about the examination and registration. For registration as professional teachers shall be required to undergo a written examination which shall be given at least once a year in such places and dates as the board may determine upon approval by the Commission. The examination for the elementary and secondary school teachers shall be separate. The examination for teachers in the elementary level shall consist of 2 parts, namely professional education and general education. The examination for teachers in the secondary level shall consist of 3 parts, namely professional education, general education, and field of specialization.
No person shall practice or offer to practice the teaching profession in the Philippines or be appointed as teacher to any position calling for a teaching position without having previously obtained a valid certificate of registration and a valid professional license from the Commission. The following shall be punishable by a fine of not less than 5,000 pesos nor more than 20,000 pesos, or imprisonment of not less than 6 months nor more than 5 years, or both.
Republic Act No. 9293, an act amending certain sections of Republic Act No. 7836, otherwise known as the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. Republic Act No. 9293 consists of 7 sections. Section 1. Section 15, letter E, number 3 of Republic Act No. 7836 is hereby amended as follows. Section 15. Qualification requirements of applicants. Letter E. A graduate of a school, college, or university recognized by the government and possess the minimum educational qualification as follows. Number 3. For teachers in the secondary grades, bachelor's degree in education or its equivalent with a major and minor, or a bachelor's degree in arts and sciences with at least 18 units in professional education. Section 2. Section 26 of the same Act is hereby amended to read as follows. Section 26. Registration and exception. No person shall engage in teaching and or act as a professional teacher as defined in this Act, whether in the preschool, elementary, or secondary level, unless the person is duly registered and a holder of a valid certificate of registration and a valid professional license, or a holder of a valid special temporary permit. Upon approval of this application and payment of the prescribed fees, the certificate of registration and professional license as a professional teacher shall be issued without examination as required in this Act to a qualified applicant who is a holder of a certificate of eligibility as a teacher issued by the Civil Service Commission and the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports, or a registered professional teacher with the National Board for Teachers under the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports, pursuant to Presidential Decree No. 1006. Professional teachers who have not practiced their profession for the past 5 years shall take at least 12 units of education courses consisting of at least 6 units of pedagogy and 6 units of content courses or the equivalent training and number of hours, to be chosen from a list of courses to be provided by the Board and the Department of Education before they can be allowed to practice their profession in the country. Those who have failed the licensure examination for professional teachers with a rating of not lower than 5 percentage points from the passing general average rating shall be eligible of para teachers upon issuance by the Board of a 2-year special permit renewable for an unextendable period of 2 years. Para teachers shall be assigned to areas where there is a shortage or absence of a professional teacher, as identified and provided by the Department of Education and the Autonomous Region for Muslim Mindanao Education Department, to the Board for Professional Teachers and to the Commission. The special permit shall indicate the area of assignment of the para-teacher. A special permit may also be issued by the board to a person who has excelled and gained international recognition and is a widely acknowledged expert in his or her respective field of specialization. Section 3. Section 31 of the same Act is hereby amended to read as follows. Section 31. Transitory provision. Special permits with the validity of 3 and 5 years issued to para-teachers by the Board for Professional Teachers before the effectivity of this Act shall be allowed to expire based on the period granted therein, provided that only special permit with the validity of 3 years may be renewed upon expiration for a non-extendable period of 2 years. Section 4. References to the term Department of Education, Culture, and Sports in Section 4A and Section 25 and the term DEX in Section 20 of the same Act are hereby amended to read as Department of Education and DepEd respectively. Section 5. Separability Clause. Section 6. Repealing Clause.
JJ, hulat ako!
Nganong hulat tundi ka? Nga magay kaya gihulat. Don, kasi feeling nga ako lang ang tulog.
Lutaw, parehas gud nimo kalutaw atong gibiyaan kanina.
She woke up in the morning with the sunrise in her eyes, but all that she sees is darkness. She won't tell you why. No more butterflies, 'cause they don't ever last. Stolen from the light by demons of the past. It's always raining. She keeps on praying. Oh, sunny days lift me when I'm down.
I just want to share my knowledge. What did the... I just want to share my knowledge. What did the...
Ano pala nasa ka?
Passionate.
Ah!
Passionate.
Dili na di, sarad abe nang gawang, ikat na.
Start na.